going to show you how to take a ZZ plant and break it into multiple individuals. In this pot, you can see several different groups of stems kind of popping out. So you can actually separate this into multiple plants, and put them into different pots. I'm going to angle down a little here. I'm just going to pull the plant out of the pot, squeeze around the edges to loosen the soil from the edges. This plant has been in this pot for a while, so it's a little root bound. You can see a lot of roots here at the bottom. And I'm just going to knock off as much of the soil as I can to get that out of the way. And then you can start to see that there's these like bulbs underground, and you can simply break them apart from each other. Now, some people will spend forever and ever and ever separating the individual roots. As long as you get some roots to go with you, that's now a new separate plant that you can bring to the plant swap or put in a new pot. Here's another one that I can crack off. The more roots that you have go with it, the better it will grow. So there's actually two in here. We can separate those two, but I might keep them together because they're kind of small and go ahead and let them develop a little bit more. Okay. Another option for propagating ZZ plants, I'm going to just pull this one stem off, is that you can take the leaves and you can grow new plants from the leaves themselves. So I'm going to sterilize my knife before I do this. That seems silly, I know, with soil all over my hands, but it's good practice to just have nice, clean tools so that we don't introduce any sort of disease. Now I'm just going to separate the leaf at the base from the stem, right like that. Okay. You can lay this down. I have a really sharp knife that I'm working with, so it's going to cut them pretty cleanly. You just have to be careful not to cut yourself in the process. Okay, and then once you've gotten those leaves cut from the stem, what you do is you take a piece of styrofoam and you wedge the leaves. I've made little slits in the styrofoam, and you wedge the leaves into those slits. You have to kind of pry it open a little bit to get them to go through. And you wedge them in there. This is going to allow them to float. Got a piece of styrofoam that's not cooperating. Okay, there we go. So I'm making sure that the top part of the leaf is pointing up, and then the part where they were attached to the stem is going to be down. And then, once I get this last leaf in here, there we go. Then I can take this piece of styrofoam and drop it here into my beaker, and my leaves will be held partially underwater, partially above water. So just that base part is going to be under the water, and then eventually over time you'll get roots to develop there, and each one of these can potentially grow into a new plant. This is a little harder. It's less likely to be successful than simply separating the plant in all of those bulbs. There's all those resources and nutrients and everything already, a lot more energy in that plant. This is going to be a little bit dicier, so you're not going to get 100% success, but at least it's a way to get more plants. Good luck.